Students, in the previous class, we discussed about the potential energy of the system of charges in the presence of electric field as well as in the absence of external electric field. Now, we'll continue our discussion with the potential energy of an electric dipole placed in a uniform electric field. But before that, let us discuss that what happens when an electric dipole is placed in a uniform electric field. So here, let us consider an electric dipole which is placed in a uniform electric field making an angle theta with the direction of E. So here these set of parallel lines represent uniform electric field, and this is an electric dipole of dipole moment P that makes an angle theta with the direction of E, such that its dipole moment P is equal to Q into 2A, where 2A is the separation between the two charges. So this is the dipole moment. Okay, this is the dipole moment, that is Q into 2A. Right? Now, if we talk about the charges individually, plus Q and minus Q, so we can see that both the charges are placed in an electric field, so they must experience a force. As we know that whenever a charge is placed in an electric field, it experiences a force. Depending on the nature of the charge, if the charge is positive, then the force is along the direction of the field. But if the same charge is negative, then suppose minus Q is placed in this electric field, then the force will be opposite to the direction of E. So based on this previous knowledge, here also we can apply the same concept. This plus Q will experience a force along the direction of the field such that this force is equal to Q times of E. This force magnitude is QE and it acts along the direction of E. Right? Similarly, this minus Q will also experience a force, but this force will be opposite to the direction of the electric field. Magnitude remains the same, but the direction is now opposite to E. Now, since these forces are equal and opposite, so that is why the net force on the dipole is 0. Hence, the net translating force on a dipole in a uniform electric field is 0. But in this situation, if you analyze, if you notice that these forces are equal and opposite, but the line of actions are different. The line of action is not same. There is some perpendicular distance between the two forces. If you look at this, just drop the perpendicular, right? And let us label this triangle as triangle, let's say A, B and C. And now if we see that these forces F and F, which are acting on the perpendicular, which are acting on these charges, they are somewhat acting like this. One force in this direction, the other force in this direction, such that it forms a couple. It forms a couple of force. And in this situation, there exerts a torque. There exerts a torque. So if we complete this triangle, let's say like this, where this angle is theta, triangle is ABC, where angle B is 90 degree. And this distance, this is minus Q and this is plus Q, and this AC is 2A. So from here we can get to know the perpendicular distance between the two forces, that is AB, right? So how do we determine the torque? Torque is equal to the either force into the perpendicular distance between the two forces, right? So in this situation, if we again consider this to be the triangle like this, we can consider this triangle like this. This is minus Q, force acting in this direction. This is plus Q, force acting in this direction. And just completing this triangle to find out the perpendicular distance between the two forces, I just make the triangle over here such that this angle is theta, right? This angle is theta. Everywhere this dipole makes an angle theta with the electric field. So from this we can determine that cos sine theta Sine theta can be written as AB upon 2A, where 2A is the length AC. So from here the perpendicular distance 2A can be written as, the perpendicular distance AB can be written as, the perpendicular distance is AB, which can be written as AB is equal to 2A sine theta. So now according to this, torque exerting on the dipole is the either force we have just seen that force is equal to QE, the magnitude of force is QE, into the perpendicular distance is now 2A sine theta, right? So just rearranging it, what do we get? We can rearrange it like Q into 2A into E sine theta, where Q into 2A is a dipole moment. So we can express torque as PE sine theta, where P is a dipole moment, E is electric field, theta is the angle which the dipole moment makes with an electric field. Electric dipole moment is a vector quantity, electric field is a vector quantity, and since it is PE sine theta, so this gives the torque or the result as a vector. So here torque can be expressed in vector form as torque is equal to P cross E. If you remember, in case of vectors we studied when the two vectors are multiplied vectorally, in that case it is a cross product. The cross product of two product results as a vector quantity, and if it is a cross product it is like A cross B is AB sine theta. So here P cross E is PE sine theta. So this is how we express torque in vector form. And how to determine the direction of the torque? As in while studying the vectors we have studied over there that the result of the cross product of two vectors is directed perpendicular to the plane containing P and E, in this case containing vector P and vector E. So torque is always perpendicular to it. Okay. Now here we can consider some special cases. Let us say that in what scenario torque will be maximum or minimum. So that special cases can be, we see that from this equation, for a given electric dipole and in a uniform electric field, torque depends upon this sine theta. So as this theta keeps on changing, torque will also be different, right? So as a special case, we consider if let's say theta is equal to 0 degree. In that case, how much will be the torque? Torque will be equal to 0. It means what? How do we express this situation with the help of a diagram? Suppose this is a uniform electric field and we may consider that a dipole is placed like this with a minus q and plus q oriented along the direction of electric field. So that torque is 0. So this is called the state of equilibrium, that the electric dipole will stay like this only. If it experiences a torque, in that case obviously it is going to rotate. Like if we apply a force on a body, it has a tendency to move in a straight line in the direction of the applied force. Similarly, if we apply a torque on a body, it has a tendency to rotate, isn't it? So but here since torque is 0, so it will stay in equilibrium position. Now let's say if theta is equal to 90 degrees. So these are the special cases we can consider. We know that the value of sine 90 is maximum. You know, the value of theta varies from 0 to 1. Sine 0 is 0, sine 1 is 1. So anyhow, the values varies from minus 1 to plus 1. So if theta is 90, we get the value as PE, which is also the maximum torque. So how to represent it? We may represent it somewhat like this. This is an electric field again, and this is a dipole, plus q and minus q with a dipole moment P perpendicular to the electric field, and in that case torque will be maximum. And because of this torque, what will be the tendency of this dipole? That it will try to rotate like this, so that it would like to try to align along the direction of the electric field, because the force acts in this direction and on negative direction, negative charge is x in this direction, so it will have a tendency to rotate the dipole along the direction of E, right? Similarly, we can consider the third situation when theta is equal to 180 degree. When theta is equal to 180 degree. In this scenario, how much will be the torque? The torque will be equal to again 0. So whether theta is 0 or theta is 180, torque is equal to 0. So how do we express this situation? Again, this is an electric field, but now the dipole is placed again in this manner. This is minus q, so that this is the direction of the dipole moment. So here we can see that P and E are anti-parallel to each other. So whether this is a situation or this is the orientation, in both the cases torque is 0. In both the situation, the dipole will be in equilibrium. But the difference will be when theta is 0, the dipole will be in state of stable equilibrium. But when theta is 180 degree, then again torque is 0. It will be in equilibrium, but this will be the state of unstable equilibrium. And we very well know the difference between the two states discussed previously also. Stable equilibrium is a state that when the dipole will be oriented through a very small angle even from its equilibrium state, then just after removal of the external torque, it will return back to this original configuration. But in case of unstable equilibrium, if suppose this dipole is rotated somewhat like this, है ना, थोड़ा सा भी उसे रोटेट करा, थोड़े से भी एंगल से रोटेट करा, let's say, such that it starts making some angle with the dipole moment, then it will quickly rotate itself and will tend to align itself along the direction of the equilibrium state. So this is how we differentiate between the stable and unstable equilibrium. So we have derived the expression for the torque experienced by a dipole in uniform electric field. Now, if the same electric dipole, if you just look in this diagram, again we consider an electric dipole with a dipole moment P is equal to Q into 2A, is placed in a uniform electric field making an angle of theta with the direction of E. Then just now we derived that it experiences a torque, or the torque exerted on the dipole is equal to PE sine theta. Right? But now, if this dipole is rotated through a small angle, against the torque acting on it. So, because of this torque, obviously it has a tendency to rotate in this direction. This dipole, ये जो dipole है, it will have a tendency to rotate in this direction. That is to rotate, to align itself along the direction of E. But if we tend to rotate it through a small angle d theta, opposite to the direction of the electric field, in that case work has to be done. And this we can just compare with the situation ki suppose this is a body, right? A body is raised to some height against the gravitation force. So there is a force, there is a displacement, work is done, right? So here also work will be done. In this situation, translational motion, work is equal to force into displacement. But since it is a rotational motion, so work is done against a torque, right? So it will be torque into d theta. Small work done will be equal to torque into d theta, right? Substituting the expression for torque, we get this is equal to PE sine theta d theta. Then, if this is a total small work done in rotating through angle d theta, then what will be the total work done in rotating a dipole from angle theta 1 to angle theta 2? So we can integrate it. Total work done will be the integration of dw, and then how do we integrate? We integrate PE sine theta d theta, and then the limit of theta will be theta 1 to theta 2, which is equal to now PE Sin theta का integration is minus of cos theta, and then we put the limits theta 1 to theta 2. Substituting the limits, we get minus PE cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, right? Or it can be expressed as the total work done in rotating a dipole from theta 1 to theta 2 is PE cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Right? Now here can be a question asked by you from you that find the total work done in rotating an electric dipole from stable equilibrium to unstable equilibrium, from the state of stable equilibrium to unstable equilibrium. So in that sense, in stable equilibrium, we consider theta to be 0 degree. We need to rotate it till it reaches to unstable equilibrium, that is when theta 2 becomes 180 degree, right? So how much will be the work done? This is PE cos 0 minus cos 180 degree. And as we know, cos 0 is 1 and cos 180 is minus 1. So that the total work done comes to be 2 times of PE. So this is how we can calculate the work done in rotating a dipole from some initial angle to some final angle. Now using the same concept, we are going to find out the potential energy of a dipole in a uniform electric field. So as you can see in this diagram, suppose this is a electric field, a region of uniform electric field, and a dipole is placed in this electric field making some angle theta with the direction of E. Then to evaluate or to find out the expression for the potential energy of this dipole which is placed in this electric field, we can use the same concept as we found the potential energy of the system of charges. So what is the basic concept behind this? We always find out the work done in bringing the system of charges to their means location. So whatever is the total work done, that is equal to the potential energy. So accordingly here we can find out the potential energy by calculating the amount of work done in bringing it from infinity perpendicular to the field at its location and then brought to some orientation with this electric field. What does it mean? That we are going to find out, we are going to calculate this work done in 2 steps. In the first step, what do we consider? That initially we consider that the dipole is being brought from infinity. Initially the dipole is at infinity and it is being moved into this electric field till the required position. Suppose it is moved till here, perpendicular to the direction of E. So wherever it is required, at this location, or at this or at this equation, we see that at every moment the force experienced by both the charges are always equal and opposite, so that the net force is 0, and also the line of action is also same. Yeah? That there is no the line of action is not different, they are same, so that the net torque is also 0. So since there is no torque, then no work is done. Work is torque into the angular displacement. So the work done in bringing a dipole from infinity perpendicular to the field, I call it as W1. This will be equal to 0. So it is brought to the required position and then accordingly it is being rotated to the required angle, whatever angle is required. Okay. So initially we have brought the dipole from infinity to the required location perpendicular to the field and we found that the work done is 0. Now next, from theta 1 to 90 degree. Initially you see theta 1 will be equal to 90 degree. So work done in rotating a dipole from angle theta 1 to 90 degree, from theta 1 90 degree to theta 2 equals to theta. Let's say the required angle is this theta. So that work done is calculated as W2 we can apply the formula of PE cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. And we know that cos theta, theta 1 is 90 degree, and you know that cos 90 degree is equal to 0. So cos theta 1 is 0 minus cos theta. So finally what do we get? We get it equal to minus PE cos theta. Minus PE cos theta. So that the total work done is W1 plus W2, which will be equal to minus PE cos theta. And this work done is equal to the potential energy of a dipole in this uniform electric field. So that potential energy of a dipole placed in a uniform electric field is expressed as minus PE cos theta. Now let us consider some special cases. Theta is equal to 0 degree. Then what will be the potential energy? From the formula, potential energy is equal to minus PE cos theta. We can say that in this situation, potential energy will be equal to, since cos 0 is minus PE cos theta, when we consider theta to be equal to 0, we take potential energy to be minus of PE. And how do we express it? Again in the same manner. Let's say this is a uniform electric field. And this is how we consider theta to be 0. Both are in the same direction, right? So this is a state of stable equilibrium, and the potential energy, according to the stable equilibrium condition, potential energy should be minimum. So let us expect that this is the minimum potential energy. And this is what mathematically also, if we compare, we can say that this has to be the minimum value, because cos theta ki value ranges from -2 to +1, -1 to +1, isn't it? So obviously the minimum value can be minus PE. So we can mention it to be as minimum. So this is called the state, the minimum potential energy is acquired at the position of stable equilibrium. At the position of stable equilibrium. Now next we can consider when theta is equal to 90 degree. This is if theta is 0. Now if theta is 90, in that case potential energy will be 0. So we can consider, what do we get the information from this? If a dipole is placed perpendicular to the electric field, then in that case it has potential energy 0. So this is the state of 0 potential energy. Now thirdly, if we consider that theta is equal to 180 degree, that is if this is a region of uniform electric field, then the dipole is placed somewhat like this. So it has to be minus q and plus q. So in that case, potential energy will be how much? Cos 180. So it is cos 180 is minus 1. So we get the potential energy as plus of P. So potential energy is minimum in the state of stable equilibrium, and potential energy is maximum in the state of unstable equilibrium. And this is what was expected. I hope it is clear. Now in the next class we will discuss about electric flux and Gauss theorem.